Hey friends, it's Megan, and today I am doing part 3 of my 100 favorite baby names series countdown majiggy. So this was a tag started by the wonderful Amelia Ann. I will link her channel down in the description box. Also in the description box, I will link part 1 and part 2 where I talk about my favorite names 100 to 91 and then my favorite names 90 to 81. And now we are on part 3 where I can talk about my favorite names 80 to 71, getting closer to my absolute favorite names. So let's go ahead and jump in. In spot number 80 for girls, I have Samantha. Okay, my 8-year-old self would have totally renamed myself Samantha in a heartbeat. I was obsessed with this name. I was like, Sam is sporty and cool, and Sammy is sweet and beautiful. Yeah, I just thought Samantha was the end-all be-all. I also had the American Girl doll Samantha. I was obsessed with her. So yeah, I definitely, since this name is number 80 for me out of 100, don't love the name as much as I once did, but I'll always have a soft spot in my heart for Samantha. And I do think it's a really pretty name. It sounds very Victorian. 80 for boys is Frost. This is a different kind of name. It's a word name, and I definitely love the idea of using Frost as a middle name, especially because I like a lot of classic male names, and I think that just makes like a cool combo, a cool balance of names. For 79 for girls, I have Eliora. Eliora is just beautiful, magical, melodic, whimsical. Sounds like the name of a beautiful little fairy or something. And there are really cool nickname options that you can get from Eliora. Ellie, Elle, Lily, Rory. I could keep going. 79 for boys is Joshua. So this is another name I used to love a lot as a kid, and it was really popular when I was growing up. And I like Josh, but I just like the full name Joshua a little bit more. For 78 for girls, I have Story. I think Story is such a cute word name. A lot of celebrities are giving this name to their sons, but I actually think I prefer it for a girl. And it's really cute, and I think it kind of just doesn't even sound like a word name. It sounds like a name, if that makes sense. Yeah. 78 for boys is Omar. So this is the name of my boyfriend, and I never paid too much attention to this name, honestly, before we started dating. But you know, when you meet someone that you like, and then a name starts growing on you because you can see it on a person. And definitely, if we ever had a son, I would consider using this name as a middle name. For 77 for girls, I have Ellery. Ellery feels very springy and zesty to me. It was actually originally a male name. I think that's interesting. And it's a cool alternative to Ellie if you wanted something with L in it. Or you can use Ellie as a nickname to Ellery if you wanted. It does rhyme with celery. I know a lot of people will say that. But I think Ellery is still just kind of fun and, like I said, like lighthearted. 77 for boys is Lennon. I love the repeating N sound at the end of this name. I'm a fan of John Lennon, and I would consider using Lennon as a middle name. 76 for girls is Juliette. Juliette is a beautiful name. I love the French spelling of this with the extra T-E at the end. Generally, I prefer French spellings of names, and Juliette is just one of those, like, of course, very romantic names. Think Romeo and Juliet is very pretty and romantic. 76 for boys is Patrick. Okay, so I'm not crazy about the nickname Pat, but I do like Patrick. I think Patrick makes a really strong middle name, like, I don't know, Declan Patrick or Rory Patrick. Very Irish sounding, huh? For 75 for girls, I have Josephine, and my love for this name is definitely associated with my love of Jo March, the character in Little Women, and I love the many nickname options that you can get from Josephine. 75 for boys is Ellis. So I've got this huge love of E-names, and I have a huge love of old-fashioned names, and those two loves come together in the form of the name Ellis. Ellis I do like mostly just as a middle name. I know it sounds kind of old, and I like that kind of little old man charm to it. For 74 for girls, I have Briony. Briony is, with this spelling, actually the main character in the story Atonement, and my brother absolutely hates that. I made him watch the movie with me a long time ago, and he did not like that character. But I like the name Briony. I think it's got a cool sound to it, and I like that it's not strange and it's not popular. For 74 for boys, I have Everard, and I just want to say it over and over. It's a name on the top of my guilty pleasure list. I love EV, that Ev sound in boys' names. I love the idea of using the nickname Ever for Everard. Everard. I do think Everard sounds a little bit heavy and almost kind of dark or mysterious. I don't know. And without the nickname Ever or Ev or something, it would be hard for me to picture Everard on a little sweet newborn baby, because it just is such a strong sounding name. But I do like that it's so strong and kind of like grandiose. It's very fulfilling to say Everard for me. Number 73 is Analeigh. So I go back and forth if I like the pronunciation Analeigh or Analeigh better. And that would be my main issue with this name. If I decided I wanted Analeigh and everyone said Analeigh, I would be upset. Anna and Lee are two sweet girls' names. Put them together and I think they deliver a beautiful little punch in Analeigh or Analeigh. I actually think I like Analeigh better today. Ask me tomorrow, I'll change my mind. Number 73 for boys is Ronan, and Ronan is so cute, and it means little seal, and that is so adorable. It's just another irresistible Irish boy's name that I can't help but like. 72 for girls is Louise. I actually have a distant cousin, it's like a cousin of a cousin, I don't know how we're related to her, named Louise, and she goes by the nickname Lulie, and I thought that was so adorable, Lulie. Louise, okay, she's from the South too, so I definitely think of Louise having like some sort of southern charm to it. There's just something about the name Louise that I'm really drawn to. 72 for boys is Callum. So Rebe, who's a fellow baby namer, has a little boy named Callum, and seeing like his pictures on Facebook and stuff and hearing her talk about this name just makes me like this name and pay attention to it. Number 71 for girls is Arabella. Little girl me would have loved this name. I don't think I knew about it till I was like a teenager. It is a great alternative to the very popular Isabella. Arabella, I think, sounds very princess-like and just beautiful. You could still get the nickname Bella amongst other names if you wanted. And 71 for boys is Kiernan. Kiernan, again, boy, do I love Irish sounding names. I love that repeating N sound at the end of names. Hence in this video I've talked about Lennon, Ronan, Kiernan. Yeah, and Kieran is getting a lot of attention here in the US, but Kiernan is not, and I think it's a cool alternative. Sounds very, very similar. So there you have it. There's some more baby names on my top 100 list. Come back soon for part 4. I will be talking about names 70 to 61, getting closer to my absolute favorite names. Let me know what you think of any of these names in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.